Hello everyone and welcome to today's penultimate round of the New Zealand Football Southern League. My name's Lee Padmore and I'm your host for today's game. Today we host Coastal Spirit versus Selwyn United here at English Park. A vital fixture that will go some way to determining the top two spots for New Zealand Football's National Conference later in the season. Technically, 5 teams can still qualify for the National League, and today's fixture plays a huge part in both clubs' destiny in the competition. So, without further ado, for Coastal Spirit today, in goal, number 20, Ellis Hare-Reid, number 2, Jordan Spain, number 3, Sam Richards, number 4, Dominic McGarr, number 6, Michael Hogan, number 7, Cameron Reen, number 9, Kenshin Hayashi, number 10, Jack Mitchell, number 12, Blake Weston, number 17, Caleb Emmons, and number 18, Roque Fuentes Salinas. On the bench for Coastal Spirit will be number 1, Carl Hodge, number 8, Juan Chang, number 16, Liam Cotter, number 19, Trey Butler, and number 23, Luke Pennington. For Selwyn United today in goal will be number 1, Peter Taka Burma, number 5, Jack Allett, number 6 and captain, Jaden Booth, number 7, Dorian Grott, number 8, Jamie Carradus, number 10, Daniel Lead, number 12, Luke Pritchard, number 14, Luke Mackay, number 15, Mitchell Coburn, number 17, Troy Pennyquick, and 21, Joe Arnott. On the bench will be Mackenzie Cowie, number 13, Oliver Schultz, number 16, Isaac Topham, number 19, Risias Mutanhori, and number 20, Leo Otaki. Today's game will be officiated in the middle by Mr. Craig Duff. AR1 will be Mike Killick, AR2, Subo Saka, and the fourth official for today's game is Ralph Klink. We're looking forward to an excellent fixture today. I do feel as if the wind will play a big part in this. It looks as though Coastal Spirit have opted to defend the end that the wind is blowing towards. So the wind blowing from right to left quite heavily in your picture. Should mention both coaching teams. For Coastal Spirit, the head coach Iko Kwainu, assisted by Anthony Jones, goalkeeping coach Fraser Walker-Pierce, team manager Paul Hughes, and physiotherapist David Cairns. For Selwyn United, the head coach is Christopher Brown, assisted by Gary Wooden and Neil Watson, with the goalkeeping coach Christopher Leggett and the physiotherapist Kim Bond. Huge game today here at English Park, but we're well aware that there is a big game over down the road at Garrick Park. I will keep you up to date with how that's going if you're watching this one from home. It's really exciting to see so many teams still in the mix for the top 2 spots. It looks as though Kashmir Technical could wind up the Southern League today, but still great to see 4 of the teams in the line for second spot. And we're off here with Coastal Spirit playing direct from the start, looking to get up the pitch. Jaden Booth finds Joe Arnott wide right. There you see that win straight away. It looks to just take that ball a little bit further than what Jaden had hoped for. Dorian Grott managed to get his way through, but well dealt with by Blake Weston. Blake Weston and Don McGarr have been ever present at centre-back for Coastal Spirit this year. Fantastic defensive record for Coastal Spirit. The back four is as good as any in the league. Ball thrown in, well dealt with again by McGarr, but you see that wind. That was a big clearance by McGarr, and it's come almost straight back at him. Again, as Danny looks to pick up on something, and that's 1-0 Selwyn United. That win playing a big part in that opportunity for Selwyn United as it came across. Danny picked the ball up in the 18-yard box and found the far corner. I wouldn't panic too much if I was Coastal Spirit. This wind is going to play a huge part. Selwyn United probably a little bit more used to the wind-affected play, being out in the Canterbury Plains. Where they play, they often call it the Rolleston 12th man. But Coastal just need to settle, get themselves into the game. They've got plenty of quality and plenty of time. As Emmons looks to play wide to Spain. Well dealt with by Pennyquick. And a throw in just over the halfway line for Coastal Spirit. Richards finds himself on the ball in a second six position there, just ahead of the back four. Emmons. Spain. Hogan, so influential for Coastal Spirit, Michael Hogan. Looks to find the top line, finds Reed, who finds Mitchell facing forwards in between lines. Mitchell looks to have a crack, and maybe that wind just on his weak side there, Mitchell too. Barima looks to play long into Danide. I think that bounced about 5 metres outside of the 18-yard box, which tells you everything you need to know about this wind. Don't be surprised if Barima tries to score today. Well known for how far he can clear a ball. Richards looks to find Reen. Lovely pass to find Reen in between lines. He finds Spain. Spain's dangerous in these positions. He finds Mitchell. Centre back's dragged out for Selwyn United. Cut back into Spain again. As Mitchell clears, tidied up by Emmons and Weston. Into Spain. Looks to cross the ball. Not really dealt with by Pritchard. Selwyn United probably look to slow the game down a little bit here. Group finds himself finding forwards again. He'll look to run. And no foul called there by referee Craig Duff. I think he was probably looking for it a little bit. Selwyn United look to apply pressure high up the pitch. Coastal play very well through that pressure, and it's dealt with by Ella and Boove over on the far side. McGarth looks to go beyond. Finds Fuentes Salinas. Looks to switch and find Mitchell. Lovely technical player, Jack Mitchell. Finds Reed. Tidied up again by Emmons. We'll talk a little bit about him soon. Delivered to Pennyquick. No handball called there by referee Duff and AR2 Saka. Jack Mitchell just coming back from quite a bad injury over a sustained period of time. Nickname is Buzz for his energetic performances, but also a lovely technical player. Certainly a good player at this level. The Selwyn United look to clear their lines and find McGarr. And for those watching this stream, it's currently 1-0 to Selwyn United. And currently 1-0 to Kashmir Technical over at Garrick Park over South City Royals, which is good news for both these teams playing in this game, as Ellis Harry looks to find Spain and does so with a low-driven pass over Eathead. With Mitchell running beyond the fullback again with a good delivery. Again, not dealt with by Selwyn United, really. There'll be a throw in right in the final third for Coastal Spirit. Richards looks to deliver. Well dealt with there by Mitchell Coburn. And there'll be a corner over on the far side for Coastal Spirit, which it looks like Spain will take. No doubt the target will be McGarr. It'd be, I don't know for sure, but it'd certainly be between him and Mr. Tom Schwartz over at Kashmir Technical, between who would have scored the most from set pieces this year. Ball is delivered from Spain, be a disappointing delivery. Not dealt with by Selwyn. Reen looks to capitalise on that, but dealt with by Booth. Emmons again tidies up in transition. And again tidies up in transition. Very good at that, Caleb Emmons. Goes unnoticed, but just cleans up a lot of the time. Ball into Reen, who wins the first header. Cleared by Mackay. Richards heads forwards into Hogan, who finds Emmons. Dealt with by Caridas. Quite a few long crosses from Coastal Spirit. This has sort of been the hallmark of Selwyn United in the back end of this season. Sit in, work hard for each other, put their bodies on the line. Emmons finds himself in a wide position, crosses again. Finds Hogan on the edge of the area, not really connected with there. Alec comes away with it and finds Arnott, who does well to find Pritchard. Poor Bahas into midfield, but they do okay. Let's throw it in the middle third. Long throw into Caridas, but that's a Coastal Spirit throw in over on the far side. Like I said before, really intriguing Southern League in 2021 with 5 teams still able to qualify in that top 2 for the national phase. Really exciting, which is excellent to see, and a competition across the board. Today will go some way to deciding that. Well, that long ball dealt with by Coburn, who finds Eade, who looks to run past Emmons, but defended well. Does get himself into a crossing position, Eade. Ball across, finds Arnott, and that's 2-0 Selwyn United. Joe Arnott at the back post there after great work done by Eade. And that's 2-0 here at English Park after 9 minutes. Again now, I do feel as if this win could be a 2 or 3 goal win, so I just think Coastal Spirit don't need to panic too much. Concentrate on getting themselves going again and focusing on how they can keep themselves in the game for as long as possible in the first half. The last thing they need is to be blown away in this first half. As they kick off again here, Emmons on the ball, finds McGar. Finds Richards, who looks to go beyond. And dealt with by Ala Ish. Finds Mitchell in between lines. Defended well again by Selwyn United on the edge of their own area, and Barima deals with that. Rolls it out to find Caridas. It looks direct for Grolt in beyond. He will win that foot race. He's a quick boy, Grolt, who finds Arnott on the edge of the area, or not quite. And in the end, well dealt with by Coastal Spirit. Thrown in the final third. And that's a foul just outside the Coastal Spirit 18-yard area. Ball with Hare Reid, McGart, Richards. Well defended by Pritchard. Looked to play forwards. Dealt with by Richards on the edge of the 18. Into Hogan. Selwyn United struggling to keep Coastal in that area. Emmons finds Mitchell. These longer direct passes are a little bit wayward from Coastal Spirit, looking to get in beyond. Hayashi on the ball, plays into Richards. Inside to Emmons. Looks to find Spain. Does find Spain, he finds Mitchell. Pull ball into Reen, and Coburn intercepts. Mackay's on the ball. Finds Pennyquick. With Grolt in behind. Like I said before, he will win that. He is sharp, Grolt. That wind again just pulling away. Finds Harried. It's an absorbing first 12 minutes here at English Park. Not necessarily the most quality on show. I do think it's difficult in these conditions. Selwyn United currently 2-0 up. Obviously got a game plan to absorb as much as they possibly can and catch Coastal on the break early in this game, especially with this wind. There's a low driven pass. It's wayward again. Coastal Spirit, on the other hand, have had the majority of possession, have been in the final third quite a lot against Selwyn United, potentially looking to cross a little bit early, and the conditions are not playing into their favour with that one. As Weston picks up the ball, finds Harry. Both centre-backs on the same side of the pitch here for Coastal Spirit, which is interesting. They won't want to be giving the ball up in that situation. Magar into Harry. Deals with that well because it was bobbling. Unable to head that ball inside, and it goes out for a Coastal Spirit throw. Harry dealt with that well. Christchurch originally, Harry spent 3 seasons at Ayr United in Scotland, and certainly been a standout for Coastal Spirit this season. As Jack Mitchell looks to get on the break, beats one player, looks to cross and find Reed. Reed on the ball, cuts inside, and that's 2-1. It's an excellent and accomplished finish from Cameron Reed there, as he brought the ball under control, took himself inside. But Selwyn United will be disappointed. He's got so much space in the just outside the 6-yard box. But we do have a game on our hands, ladies and gentlemen. 2-1 after 14 minutes. We certainly have a big game on our hands here. As Selwyn United kick off again. Coburn. Caridas. Mackay looks to find Eid, but again, Weston mops up. Reed finds Richards. Looks to go direct again, Richards. It's an interesting tactic from Coastal Spirit. As Jaden Booth looks to find Eid. I think that'll get away from him. And again, the power of that wind probably shown there. Not quite as quick as he used to be in his younger days, Mr. Reed, but certainly no slouch, and the ball definitely got away from him there. Still 1-0 over at Garrick Park between Kashmir Technical and South City Royals. Ball played inside into Emmons under pressure from Mackay, and Caridas deals with that and mops that all well. Jamie Caridas is Selwyn United's all-time appearance record holder. Booth, a bit wasteful into the top line there. Coastal come away with it, but he does win it well there, Jaden Booth. And that's likely to be a foul in the middle third, which it looks like the Coastal Spirit fans do not like. I say fans, sorry, Coastal Spirit bench do not like. No fans, of course, here at English Park today due to COVID level 2 restrictions. Coastal Spirit playing their game here as they're unable to host at their usual home venue. As the ball's turned over by Coastal Spirit. Finds Reen in between lines. I think Selwyn United might want to be very careful there. Consistently finding players between lines, Coastal Spirit. And whether that's because of Booth getting dragged out a little bit or Mackay not doing his job next to him, I'm not sure just yet. We'll keep an eye on that. But really important that they don't let players get in between lines consistently, as that ball looks to go direct from Richards. And offside. that sense of a lot being on the game on both benches. Both coaches really engaged in the game, or sets of coaches, shall I say, as Coastal Spirit legend Paul Hughes patrols the sideline over on the far side. And Chris Brown does the same alongside his number 2, Gary Woodin, who is the son of former All-White Steve Woodin. Actually a bit of a Hallswell United legend, Gary Woodin. Finished his career at Selwyn United, but definitely spent the majority of his time in a very successful spell at Hallswell United. Reed finds McGar, finds Richards. It looks to go beyond again. Just wonder whether it's a safety thing for Coastal Spirit in terms of looking not to play too much while they're playing into this wind, which I completely understand. 100% understandable, as Barima looks to go direct again. McGar deals with the first ball just about, run by Grolt. And that looks like Richards has come off second best here, and a foul, which is interesting. Didn't look like a foul from here, but referee's call is that it was a foul, and his opinion is the only one that matters. Richards doesn't look in a good way here as he gets to his feet, or gets up, sits up. Play will restart with McGar. Coastal Spirit looks to get down the side of the fullbacks again. It's Pennyquick, looks to shepherd it out, doesn't do so. Clears the ball, Mackay mops up well. He does that very well for Selwyn United, similar to the role of Emmons for Coastal Spirit. Spain looks to play into the area but struggles to cover that distance. Selwyn United throw in. Selwyn United clear, looks for Grolt, maybe can hold that ball up a little bit better for Selwyn United at the top, through the middle. I understand he's looking to allow players to run beyond, but Selwyn United might be in trouble in the second half if they just don't slow it down a little bit and look to absorb some pressure and take some pressure off their back four. As Jack Mitchell finds the ball. Spain, Weston. Mitchell was a running beyond there from Cameron Reen, which I think he could have taken advantage of, with the fullback jumping out the line a little bit early. Spain throw, finds Reen. So United quite passive with their defending in the middle third. As Weston turns out and finds Hare Reed. Into McGar. Finds Richards, finds Hiyashi, well played there, unlucky. Intercepted by Pritchard. Ball inside to Richards, well turned over by Caridas. And won again by Coastal Spirits, they look to break. Well dealt with by Allett into Booth. Pritchard looks to find Arnott, it's just not quite falling for him there. Into Booth, Caridas. Allett, Coburn, turned over there by Reen, who finds Mitchell. Pennyquick restarts into Mackay, into Booth. Very influential to Selwyn United, Jaden Booth. Made his debut for Canterbury United as a teenager. I think he was looking for Pennyquick there. Essentially not enough information on the pass to help Mackay. As Carradus turns the ball over here, great transition opportunity for the Selwyn United here, who finds Ede in the 18-yard box, and that is a great save from Ellis Hare-Reid. Great save from Ellis Hare-Reid, a hugely important save as we enter the 23rd minute. As I say, he's been influential and outstanding for Coastal Spirit this year, and that shows exactly why. Still 1-0 over at Garrick Park between Kashmir Technical and South City Royals. 2-1 to Selwyn United here at English Park against Coastal Spirit. Big ups to both New Zealand football and mainland football competitions teams for getting 2 games live streamed in the Southern League this week. As that causes some chaos. Poor cross, if truth be told, by Arnott, as Coastal look to break. As I was saying, the ability to live stream 2 games in a week for the Southern League is exceptional work from both New Zealand football and mainland football. As Hayashi not given a foul there, looked to be a foul, and there's the power of that wind again. It's like playing on one of those old sand-based AstroTurfs where as the ball bounced it skipped away from you regardless. Interesting here with Coastal playing out. They do look to play through Sam Richards quite a lot. Talented young player, 02 born left back. Former Papa Nui High student and player, and brother to Kashmir Technical forward JJ Richards. This ball's clipped again. That clip pass has been consistent for Selwyn United, and McGar does well to deal with it. Don McGar, again, partnered with Blake Weston, has been an absolute rock at the back for Coastal Spirit this year. Spent some time overseas. Don McGar playing for Tamworth, Romulus and Stamford AFC in the UK, and came back to play for Nomads United under his dad Sean before moving to Coastal Spirit. And that's a corner for Selwyn United as we enter the 25th minute. Delivered by Ede, poor delivery. Mopped up by Mackay, again a poor delivery. Pennyquick finds the ball, but really poor execution there. And there's a foul on the halfway line by Mackay. Conversation will be had with Mr. Duff, one of the region's top referees, Craig Duff. Ball finds wide areas here with Spain. If there's one area I think Selwyn United may come undone, it's the workload that their midfielders have to go through. So if you look at the front 3 here for Selwyn United, they do cheat in their 50-50 position, which puts a lot of work on their midfielders. We find Mitchell, who finds Reen on the edge of the area, not quite as clinical as his first effort. As I was saying, with that front 3 at Selwyn United, they do look to cheat a little bit and sit a little bit higher, which means that midfield 3 of Booth, Mackay and Carradus have to get through a lot of work on a pitch this size with a little bit of heat and the wind blowing. That'll make it a lot more work as the ball goes direct. No challenge from a Selwyn United player. Ede wins the ball. I think Grant knew that was a handball by his reaction. Ball played back to Hare-Reid. And out for a throw-in, which Pritchard will take. On the other hand, Coastal Spirit are As Arnott looks to play through. Have a rigid 4-4 block with the top two players, giving them a little bit more freedom. But it's been a real basis of their defensive structure this year, that those two banks of four. Saw them play earlier in the Southern League. As Pritchard finds the ball, disappointing quality. Coastal unable to clear. Allett looks to go diagonal, picked up by Reid, who delivers early into Mitchell. And again, you see those two of the three Selwyn United midfielders right across to stop that counter-attack. As I was saying, I saw Coastal Spirit play Kashmir Technical in the season. Excellent defensive display. Not necessarily one for the neutrals, but those of us who love to see excellent tactical performances. Grolt finds himself between lines and strikes the ball, dealt with by Reid. Potentially either side of him, that could have caused him problems. The cynic in me says, could he have held it? But I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. Azid ambles over to take the corner. Another disappointing delivery from Eid. Richards looks to launch a counter, dealt with by Pennyquick, I think. Finds Arnott. Great feat by Pritchard, I think. Finds himself in that final third for a crossing delivery. Not sure what he's looked for there. Finds Grolt either way. Defended well. And that's a corner ball. Good refereeing by Craig Duff. Jordan Spain dealt with that well. Excellent feat by Pritchard over in the final third on the right hand side there. He's carried us will to deliver from this left hand side. See if there's an improvement on those deliveries. Certainly a better one. And that is 3-1. Selwyn United with Mitchell Coburn finding himself at the back post. Reid looking to come and claim. Not sure he got close enough to that. Well, didn't get close enough to that, no, not sure about it. And Mitchell Coburn, young 01 born centre back of farming stock, finds his head on the ball to restore Selwyn United's 2-goal lead. Much better delivery from the set piece from Caridas. And they find themselves in a great position as we enter the 30th minute. 15 minutes to go in the first half here at English Park. Coastal Spirit versus Selwyn United. Penultimate game in the New Zealand Football Southern League, as Blake Weston looks like he's in a little bit of trouble here. Certainly not one to go down lightly, Blake Weston. He's been an ever-present this season for Coastal Spirit alongside Mr. McGar. Former Wellington resident, playing for Wellington Olympic, Miramar Rangers, Southern United and Hamilton Wanderers. I wonder if he's okay to carry on here. As both sets of coaches use this time just to get across some tactical information to their players. Don't think Coastal Spirit need to panic. I think they need to just consolidate, get themselves together, make themselves really difficult to break through in the last 15 minutes of this half. As Selwyn United will be buoyed. And over at Garrett Park it is now 2-0 to Kashmir Technical. I believe Lyle Mattison's the goal scorer. So that looks as if Kashmir Technical are going to make their way to a Southern League Championship. Well deserved. Would have won 6 of the 7 games. They finish, of course, early. They finish today because they play in a Champ Cup semi-final versus Western Suburbs. next week, which will also be live streamed. We wish them all the luck with that as the Canterbury representatives in the semi-final. This doesn't look great for Blake Weston. As Coastal Spirit restart the game. Richards looks to go beyond. Allott on the ball. Hayashi finds Emmons, finds Richards. I think the Selwyn United players thought that ball had potentially gone out, but it doesn't matter. Hayashi finds the ball. Mackay mops up, plays forward into Booth, finds Caridas, winds that left peg up. Took about 3 seconds to wind that up, I think, but well dealt with by Hogan. Finds Mitchell. Finds Spain again in this position. You see midfielders getting across for Selwyn United. They are very good on the break, Selwyn United, but it does put a hell of a load on the Selwyn United midfielders, and you'll see at least one of the changes, if not two of the changes, will be to midfield players today for Selwyn United, just because of the workload that they have to put through. As McGar finds himself on the ball, looks to go direct, caused a few issues that for Troy Pennyquick, but that'll be a Selwyn United throw-in. And Blake Weston's back on the pitch. Let's hope he can see himself through for the rest of the game. Jaden Booth on the ball. Poor ball to try and find Luke Mackay. A little bit wayward. Mitchell finds Weston. Not sure how he's moving Blake Weston. Allott deals with that ball in behind well. Sam Richards will come up to take that throw in. Blake Weston still stretching out that calf. Maybe just look to see if we can get him out till half time, or get him through till half time. Ball cleared. Group finds himself in the end, and that's the situation I'd like to see Group be a little bit stronger as a point for Selwyn United to break from. McGar finds himself facing forward into Richards. Ball across. Not an excellent one, and out for a Selwyn United goal kick. Ball cleared by Barima. Looking for Grolt. Well dealt with by Richards. And that's offside. For, I think it was Salinas coming back from an offside position. Selwyn United players adamant that the game should have been carried on. I think they potentially should just calm it down a little bit and realise what position of the game they're in. I wouldn't be surprised here if Barima will try and cause Hare Eat some problems. As the ball is put into the 18-yard box. Goalkeeper to goalkeeper. Disappointing delivery from Barima. Reed finds Weston. Finds Emmons, facing forward. Finds Mitchell. Weston again. Well dealt with by Penny Quick. Ball into midfield. Well played from Selwyn United. Switched by Jaden Booth to find Pritchard. Finds Arnott. A little bit of a comedy of errors there between Arnott and Richards. Anyway, finds Mackay in the 18-yard box. Well dealt with by Bigar. And another Selwyn United corner, which looks like Grolt will be over to take. Left-footed player Grolt, so maybe particularly looking for that same sort of delivery that got him the goal, the third goal. And a big loop delivery, which looks like there was a contact from a Coastal Spirit player. Carradus will be over to take the corner again. Those big loop deliveries look dangerous to both sides, to be fair. With this wind, difficult for goalkeepers to judge. Again, big loop delivery. All players getting caught underneath the ball there, and out for a goal kick. As I mentioned before, probably 15 minutes in, not the highest quality of games, but definitely enthralling. There's a little bit of tension in the air on both benches. You can sense it in the players. They all know it's coming to D-Day in the Southern League, and it's really cool to see both sets of players giving everything. Of course, Coastal Spirit have been in the top 2 or 3 of this competition for the last, or of the local competition for the past sort of 5 or 6 years. Pushing Kashmir Technical once or twice. Selwyn United, on the other hand, previous seasons in the mainland Premier League, 2018, 2019, 2020, have been finishing in that bottom 2. This year, they snuck through in 5th. They currently sit 5th in the Southern League as Grolt wins that ball, or deflects that ball, and Henry picks up the second pieces. So for Selwyn United to really still be in the race for the top 2 spots is testament to Chris Brown and his coaching team and his players. They've worked hard to be where they're at, as have Coastal. Coastal Spirit certainly worked hard. Azid finds himself on the ball, challenged well by Emmons. Eid finds himself on the ball again. I think Michael Hogan in midfield is going to be hugely important to Coastal Spirit if they're going to kick on in the second half. It's going to have to be a big performance from them all, but Hogan is certainly a character and a player that leads by example. So McGar finds himself on the ball. Loose pass to try and find Richards. Booth finds Grolt on the ball. Looks to come inside, and Eid misses the target completely. There's one place I expect Mr. Eid, and I've seen Mr. Eid score consistently from. That's it. He'll be disappointed in himself. He doesn't miss many chances. But at the same time, if it pops up again, you'd always put your money on Daniel Eid scoring from there. That could have potentially been the nail in the coffin for Coastal Spirit. As we go 5 minutes to go in this first half. Very even game. Not sure 3-1 reflects the game, but at the same time, Selwyn United have taken their chances and created clear-cut chances. This ball's thrown in, and Booth wins the first contact. So with 5 minutes to go here at English Park, it's 3-1 to Selwyn United. At Garrett Park in the same situation, it's 2-0 to Kashmir Technical. If I get any updates of the game down south at any point, I'll let you know. Coastal Spirit find themselves in the middle third again. Again, the midfielders from Selwyn United getting across. Emmons. Caleb Emmons, actually a former Selwyn United player, spent his first year in Christchurch at Selwyn United before moving to Coastal Spirit. That ball was delivered deliciously from Jordan Spain, and Hayashi finishes well. Not enough pressure on Jordan Spain in the middle third, and it was an excellent delivery from Jordan Spain. Not dealt with at all by Coburn, Allett or Pritchard, and Hayashi finds himself at the back post and tucks away nicely. We absolutely have a game on our hands here at English Park. 3-2 as we enter into the 43rd minute. Don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. Selwyn United start again. Well won by Weston. Uncompromising in his challenge there. He finds himself on the ball. Dribbles inside. Finds Arnott, whose first touch lets him down. Goal kick to Coastal Spirit, hairy to take. Looks like they'll just get everybody up. Not looking to build out this time. Get everybody up, get through till half time. As I mentioned a couple of times, there's no need to panic. This wind is definitely influential. Booth finds Arnott. Potentially could have looked for a first time delivery there, but doesn't. Arnott on the far side, not being as influential as maybe he'd like to be. Hard working wide player. Reid will look to take his time here, manage the game, get themselves through. The ball goes out for a Selwyn United throw-in in the middle third, which Pritchard will take. Finds Arnott, wins the first contact, well dealt with by Coastal. If anything, I think this wind may be getting stronger, which is not a great sign for Selwyn United as they come to the end of the first half and their advantage. Again, fine players between lines. Numbers Coastal Spirit countered with then. 2 minutes added on by fourth official Ralph Klink. Long ball dealt with by Coburn, poorly. Spain finds himself in acres of space again on this right hand side. I think that's a clever delivery into the central area, to be honest. The whole Selwyn United were looking for the cross, looking to find the player between lines. Richards on the ball, facing forwards. Dealt with by Allett, finds Spain. Finds Mitchell, who strikes it. And Barima deals with that well. Looks to go direct. He does not want to deal with the aerial battle with Blake Weston. Ball inside to Weston. Pressed well by Captain Jaden Booth. Grolt looks to press. Long ball dealt with by Coburn. And just to update those of you who are interested in the game going over on Garrett Park, it's currently 3-0 to Kashmir Technical. Jacob Richards, former Coastal player of course, scoring that goal. And that's looking as if it will go in Kashmir Technical's favour, and they will become the inaugural New Zealand Football Southern League champions and be our confirmed first representatives in the New Zealand Football National League. As referee Craig Duff calls half-time. Enthralling first half here at English Park. It ends Coastal Spirit 2, Selwyn United 3. I'll join you for the second half in 15 minutes. Thank you very much. 1. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to this enthralling game at English Park, Coastal Spirit versus Selwyn United. I think we've got a huge second half ahead of us here at English Park. Coastal Spirit will believe they're slightly favourites, I believe, despite being 3-2 down at half time, with this big wind here at English Park. Selwyn United will be happy going in 3-2 up. Could have so easily been 4-1 with that late chance falling to Daniel Lead in the 18-yard box. But we find ourselves here at 3-2. Don't go anywhere. It's the game to watch here. I'll keep you updated with the Kashmir Technical score versus South City Royals, being live streamed from Garrett Park as we're underway. Hayashi finds Reen. Well won by Caridas. Finds Grolt, he finds Eid. Doesn't quite get that ball under control, but looks to drive inside. Weston defends well, and that looks to be a foul by Weston on Eid. And a set piece opportunity for Selwyn United early in the second half. Caridas looks to be standing over this, waiting for the 10 yards to be stepped out by Mr. Duff. Caridas may need someone to put a finger on the ball to keep that still. Ball delivered excellently, but it did go out for a goal kick. We thought it had been kept alive by Coburn at the back post there, not quite so. If I was Equal Kwanu at half time, I'd have just been calming the players down, telling them there's plenty more time in this game, the wind's in our favour, we've got the quality to overcome this Selwyn United team. Just going to have to be resilient, going to have to work hard, all the things that have got us through to this point in the season, and I think they'll get through. On the other hand, if I was Christopher Brown, I'd be saying, don't sit too deep, keep yourselves in the game, win your individual battles, play smart. Again, all the things that have gone through to this point have not necessarily been pretty, Selwyn United this season. They've been tenacious, hard-working. As Mackay finds himself on the far side, looks to play in Arnott. It could be offside. I think he is, yes. Selwyn United locals will know Joe Arnott doesn't actually understand the offside rule. Richards looks for the diagonal, looking for Spain. Ball won by Emmons in midfield. Pennyquick ushers the ball out. Substitutes warming up on the far side for Selwyn United. Not sure he'll be making any changes just at this point, so Christopher Brown. Lagar finds himself in possession, finds Richards. With Alex stepping out of the line to win the ball. Ball over the head of Pennyquick. Finds Mitchell. Spain gets past him. Delivers quickly. Dealt with by Coburn. That does mean a corner to Coastal Spirit at this far end where the wind is blowing towards. No doubt there'll be a high delivery looking for Magar towards that back post. As we go, finds Weston. First contact made by Weston. Barima does well to claim the ball. We are very, very fortunate to have the quality of goalkeepers we do in the region. Danny Knight at Kashmir Technical, Ellis Hare Reid here at Coastal Spirit, Eddie Ashton at Christchurch United, and Peter Taka Barima, all excellent custodians. Cleared by Pritchard. Thrown in to find Weston. Looks to have recovered from that calf strain in the first half. So McGar plays back to Reid. Looks to find Spain, I think. Does so over the fullback's head. Coburn chasing. Gets first contact on into it, Spain. I think Pennyquick just needs to be aware of that. That ball over his head almost becomes a flat 3 for Coastal in possession, with Spain getting into that top line. Hare Reid very capable of playing that pass direct, but with real accuracy. Barima clears the ball, doesn't go past his own third with this wind. Salinas picks the ball up, beats Pritchard, looks to deliver, cleared by Coburn, and foul by the Chilean on Luke Pritchard. Allows Selwyn United a little bit of a breather. Salinas, originally from Chile, has been in New Zealand for a little while, playing for Waiheke, Hibiscus Coast, and most recently Manarewa. Moving to Christchurch this year to play for Coastal Spirit. As they regain possession again, Coastal Spirit. This could be the story of the second half. Selwyn United sitting off a little bit. Coastal Spirit having a lot of the ball, under no pressure. And if Selwyn United can deal with that direct play, they might be okay, but currently they're not doing that well. Caridas picks up the ball. Looks to find Arnott, doesn't. Mackay already almost looking tired with that clearance. Some confusion on where the throw should be taken from. Ball into Hogan. Richards. Lovely little combination there from Coastal Spirit. I think if they can just keep settling in this third for long enough, they'll come under some pressure, Selwyn United, and they do have and have had the tendency to crack under that pressure. Boo finds himself facing forwards. Finds Arnott, not quite got used to the wind, Selwyn United against him today. Tackle by Luke Mackay, I'm not sure originally deemed as a foul by Craig Duff, but eventually deemed as a foul. I think fair enough, didn't look in control of his body there. Luke Mackay might have won the ball, but unneeded in terms of leaving the ground and stood showing. A lot of the tendency of Luke Mackay's game, he'd have been a good player in the early 2000s. Very tenacious, loves to challenge. I'm told by Christopher Brown that half the club's budget is on bibs because of Luke Mackay ripping them. And an opportunity for Coastal Spirit here from a set piece. Delivery by Richards, looks to be a good one. Is a good one. Cleared by Pritchard. Finds Reen. He finds Hayashi. Reen and Hayashi both mid-season transfers from Hullswell United. Arnott finds the ball. Finds Mackay, still holds up though. Arnott finds the ball, another overlap by Mackay. Cut out again by Emmons, former Lower Hutt player. Lower Hutt, who themselves qualified for the National League with Wellington Olympic and Moonmile Rangers from Wellington, or the Central League. Weston looks to go direct. Coburn not quite dealing with that as he may have liked. Emmons on the edge of the area. Allett on the ball. Cleared in a fashion. Not the prettiest. As we come up to 10 minutes of the second half gone. Really getting into interesting territory now. Green in the area, well closed down by Booth and Mackay. Arnott comes with the ball, finds Pritchard. Not sure Arnott's going to be able to keep that in. Working tirelessly, Joe Arnott, without any real thanks for it, no real benefit to his running so far. He won't mind if his team gets through. Mitchell on the edge of the area, cuts inside, looks to strike the ball, goes out for a corner. Don't be surprised if there's a few strikes from that sort of distance in the second half. I expected more of them from Selwyn United, if I'm honest, from the likes of Ede and Carradus. Carradus in particular has scored some excellent goals this year against Kashmir Technical and last week against Green Islanders. The ball's delivered from Sam Richards, hung up, looking for Magar, punched by Barima, strike by Salinas, held eventually by Barima. Cleared by Barima, looking for Arnott. Well brought down in the middle third. Finds Booth, looks for Pritchard, finds him. Looks to go down the line for Grohl. It's not a bad idea, to be fair. Back to Reed. So just getting a little bit deep. Grohl pressing on his own at the top there with the wide player Reed alongside those midfielders. Ball into the top line finds Fuentes Salinas. Spain. It's been apparent an attacking threat for Coastal Spirit. Emmons looks to playing beyond just a little bit. Trying to be a little bit too tidy, I'd suggest, in this wind. It's a difficult pass at the best of times. Pritchard on the ball and plenty of space. Arnott gives the possession up. Hogan looks to find Mitchell between lines. Again, a little bit messy. Hogan picks the ball up, finds Emmons. Finds Mitchell out on that right hand side. Well dealt with by Penniquick. And that looks to be a corner ball to Coastal Spirit. Another opportunity for the Tall Timber to come forward and look for a good delivery from Sam Richards. Selwyn United still leaving two up at the top here. Ball right across there. No one attacking it, no one dealing with it. Interesting to see Selwyn United leaving two at the top here, potentially looking for that counter-attack on these set pieces. Risk versus reward, I suppose, from Christopher Brown. Looks to be some movement on the Selwyn United bench. I think that's Isaac Topham for Selwyn United. Young 05, 2005, born midfielder from Darfield, from St Thomas School. Ball cleared, not dealt with first time. Looks like a a head knock, a bad head knock in the middle of midfield here. Between Hogan and, I think, Mackay. No one ever likes to see this. Especially with players around him like that, that makes you feel so that's not a good one. It's not a good one at all. Those of you who are interested, another goal at Garrick Park, 4-0 Kashmir Technical. Goal scored, it looks like, by Yuya Taguchi. What a signing he's been for Kashmir Technical over the past 2 seasons. Picked him up from nowhere and has been an ever-present in their side. Hugely influential. So change for Selwyn United is Isaac Topham for Dorian Grolt. So this will be interesting and we'll see how this works, because Topham is a holding midfield player and Grolt has obviously been playing through the middle. So let's see if there's a change of shape or whether Topham's going to be asked to do a job from out wide just to track potentially Jordan Spain from that left hand side for Selwyn United, right hand side for Coastal Spirit. Defensively minded player. And allow Eid and Arnott just to be a little bit more free. Just keep an eye on that shape for you here for Selwyn United. Looks like it could actually be a revert to a diamond for Selwyn United, something that served them so well in the past, 4 diamond 2. Look to protect the middle, look to overload the midfield as much as they can. This ball's given away again. Clipped into a dangerous area by Mitchell, but no one there. And it looks like it could be 5-0 now at Kashmir Technical at Garrick Park as it comes up to 60 minutes. Big win for them, big statement of intent as they look to head into the National League. Ball held up again by Barimi. Probably just needs to look to drive that a little bit lower if he can. Won by Booth in midfield. Finds Mackay. Poor delivery to try and find Eden Arnott in behind. Completely understandable what Brown's thinking here. He had 3 players in 50-50 positions defensively before. He's going to leave 2 at the top, just look to counter. See if he can match up in midfield with a 4. Not necessarily got a huge amount in possession anyway, Selwyn United, so out of possession if they can be a little bit tighter. Cowdus wins that ball, finds Richards. Lovely play again, just looking to find players between lines. It's a real issue for Selwyn United. I talked about that in the first half. Just need to be aware of the players between lines, because if they do get facing forward, they are dangerous. Booth has been huge for Selwyn United today. Turned over a lot of possession. Poor pass by Arnott there, looking for Topham. But Booth, I wonder how long his legs can last. This ball's won by Emmons. Richards works as hard as he possibly can to get over to this side and keeps it in. Well done, Sam Richards. Plays inside to Hogan, who's been just as influential as Booth in the midfield for Coastal Spirit. McGar, tired pass from Richards. No pressure on the ball. Looks to play beyond. Big header by Pennyquick. Topham will look to regain possession, but Emmons is there again. One of those players that you don't necessarily see a lot of, but when he's not playing, you notice he's not there. Delivered by Reen, well dealt with by Coburn. Away by Booth again. Not quite far enough. Mackay on the ball. Clears just a little bit further. Emmons on the ball, tidies up again. Reen looks to play into the area. Barima lets that go. 25 minutes to go here at English Park. As Coastal Spirit go to their bench for the first time. Looks like Reen off. Just wait to see a number. I think it may be Liam Cotter. And Hayashi off. And Trey Butler on. So 2 attacking changes for Coastal Spirit. Cotter's been an ever-present in the team. Butler in and out, but definitely a threat. Will play up on this left-hand side against his good friend and housemate, Luke Pritchard. Ball cleared by Barima. That ball was moving. Still 3-2 here, 25 minutes to go. Again, both teams will be desperate to win. A draw doesn't do a huge amount for both. Be much better for Coastal Spirit a draw, as they would overtake South City Royals. Down south, Green Island versus Christchurch United, I believe, is 1-0 to Green Island at this point. Social media a little bit quiet in that game. I do apologise. I'll try and keep you as updated as I can. That would mean that Selwyn United, if they do win here and do hold out, would creep into that second place. With 1 game to go, they are away in Nelson next week, so it would all be in their hands. It'd be a dream story for Selwyn United, a club merged in 2013, bottom of the 2nd tier in 2013, and within 8 years becoming a National League club. I think Christopher Brown would be well aware of how hard that task would be in the National League. But still a long way to go here. Halfway through the second half. That was a little bit messy over on the far side. Barima playing into Pennyquick. Manages to get the throw in Pennyquick. Ball's thrown in to try and find Caridas. To Butler. Turns well there, Butler. Ball intercepted by Alec, played it into Butler for Selwyn United's row. Just in their defensive third. Ball touched by Pritchard. Richards looks to get down the outside. Wonder if Duff will go back and have a conversation with Booth. He doesn't. Substitution for Selwyn United. Risius Mutanhori coming on for number 14, Luke Mackay. Looks to take his time, but Duff quite clear. And he'll just add on the time. Not sure what players expect at this point. Risius Mutanhori is an 02 born player. Again, another tenacious, energetic player. What he lacks in quality certainly makes up for in getting around the pitch and his ability to press and harass, which is probably what Brown's looking for now. Bremer puts that ball over the net in here at English Park. Throw in finds Cotter, dealt with by Pennyquick. Interesting from Coburn, but gets the job done. Carried us. Looks to switch it. Poor connection from Pritchard. Throw in from Richards. Won by Allett. Ball let bounce by Pennyquick. Does come away with it. Drives into that middle third, just trying to eat up the time. Just looking for some support there from the top line. That didn't really get it from Eid. Finds Spain. He tracks him down the line. Cotter looks to get in. And that's a goal kick to Selwyn United. Substitution by Coastal Spirit. Sees number 10, Jack Mitchell. Come off, I believe, for... I think Juan Chang. Juan Chang is Coastal Spirit Women's Premier League coach. A little bit of a veteran nowadays. Canterbury United Dragons player. Or former Canterbury United Dragons player, renowned for his work rate, excellent in the air. Understands the game, Juan Chang, tactically very, very intelligent. Presses well. Definitely an excellent substitution to have up your sleeve if you're the Coastal Spirit coaching team. Ball given away there by Booth. Looks to be cut back, doesn't find Chang. See that clearance almost came back on itself there. Spain finds himself in the final third, looks to drive into that 18-yard box. Dealt with by Coburn, who's been a colossus at centre-back for Selwyn United today, but also across the season. Young 20-year-old. 20 years old, and I believe has played over 50 games for the first team. Ball delivered. Dealt well with by Pritchard. Second one. Strike by Richards. Not a bad effort at all. Cultured left foot. Sam Richards not quite able to keep it down. Goal kick, Barima. That wind really playing havoc with that ball. And that's a foul by Mutanhari, I think. No. Craig Duff says no. Looked a foul to me on McGar. Find Butler. Opts not to find Chang. No, poor execution of a delivery. Not sure you want Chang. Not sure you want Chang out in the wide areas. That's the first touch I've not seen in a long time from Mitchell Coburn. Looked ahead, bounces up, hits him in the chest and lands in a nice spot. Topham wins the first header. Cleared by Pennyquick, finds Booth. And you see that tenacious attitude from Mutanhari. Pritchard picks the ball up, looks to find Arnott in behind, who does well, finds Caridas. Switch was definitely on for Topham there. Potentially should have opened up and found that switch. Caridas, experienced player now. Zamans looks to find Cotter. Coburn again picks that ball up, but only finds Spain. Topham. Cotter finds himself in that area. Looks to deliver. I think came off Coburn and back off Cotter. Very unlucky there, unfortunate, and finds himself for a goal kick. Of a substitution it looks like here. Number 17, former Selwyn United player Caleb Emmons going off. And number 23, another tenacious midfield player, 04 born, Luke Pennington. Interesting change, that one. Ball cleared by Barima again. Looking for Caridas. It's a much better effort. So keeps it in the pitch and also gets into the final, into the halfway. I think that'll be Arnott offside again. As I mentioned before, doesn't quite understand the offside rule, Arnott. Richards on the ball. Mutanhari making that big distance again up. See that midfield from Selwyn United really covering some distance. There is 4 of them in there now. Won again by Topham and Mutanhari. No one really winning that second phase. Numbers by Selwyn United there in the midfield. And that looks to be a foul by Pennington. And a yellow card, I think, for the young man. That's a quick yellow card. Probably a little bit unfortunate, to be honest. There's been a series of fouls, not dissimilar to that, across the game, although Booth does look in trouble. I definitely could be wrong. Don't have the opportunity to see it again. Ball started live into Coburn. Gives the possession away, looking for that line into Caridas. Selwyn United midfield have been exceptional today, in particular Caridas and Booth. Jamie Carradus, a Scottish-born midfielder, but ever present for Selwyn United, 180 games now, I believe. Jayden Booth, former Kashmere Technical and Boys High, but coming up to 100 games for Selwyn United again. A lot of these players have been together for a long time. That looks to be a foul. Coastal Spirit asking for the yellow card. Really not happy with that challenge by Booth. Not sure what's happened to the two standing rule today. There's 3 or 4 from Selwyn United and at least 5 from Coastal Spirit as this ball looks to get delivered by Herr Reid. Long and direct. First contact by Pritchard. Spain finds himself on the ball. Finds Butler, who delivers a fantastic ball in. Won by Coburn and out for a corner. As we come into the 80th minute here at English Park, Coastal Spirit 2, Selwyn United 3. Huge game for the battle for the top 2 in the New Zealand Football Southern League. Top 2, of course, going to New Zealand Football National Conference. Ball delivered, not beating the first man. I know plenty of older gentlemen who will not be happy with a corner that doesn't beat the first man. Throw in by Richards, looking for McGar. Won by Coburn. Carradus on the ball, finds himself. Who finds Topham, I believe. No, doesn't. Pennington picks the ball up. Booth wins that one. And looks to find Eid here. 2v1 versus Spain. Spain recovers well. If Eid had got his head up there, he could have found Arnott. Butler comes inside. I think that was a foul from Butler. From Munton-Hori on Butler. Excellent counter-attacking opportunity for Selwyn United there. 9 minutes to go. It's a long 9 minutes for both teams here. Plus whatever the refereeing team decide to add on. Don't go anywhere. Huge 9-10 minutes here. Ball delivered by Herr Reid. Left, potentially, or missed by Jack Allett. And picked up by Barima, who looks to slow the game down. Cleared, but not outside of his final third, or his defensive third by Barima. Shows you how strong that wind is. In the first half, he was making it to the opposition's 18-yard box. Arnott fails to keep it in, but works so hard to try. Booth over there again. Looks to be lasting the whole game, Jayden Booth. When he is on the pitch, he's hugely influential for Selwyn United. As you can see, Coastal looking to take a few more chances here now. Spain looks to creep into that. Ball delivered and Chang at the back post. Potentially should have gone back across there. Big opportunity for Coastal, I think, there, if Chang had gone across. A couple of players waiting centrally for that knockdown. One thing that must be mentioned is the performance of the officials. I think they've been excellent. When you don't notice the officials, it means they've had an excellent game. And today we've certainly not noticed them. Throw in from Spain, looking for McGar. Wins the first contact. Ball goes out for a goal kick to Selwyn United. So much for that so-called 2-goal win that I called in the first half. What do I know? As Barima looks to take the goal kick. Still 5-0 over at Garrick Park. Kashmere Technical 5-0 up and will become the inaugural champions of the New Zealand Football Southern League. Well deserved. Ball cleared back into an area. And looks to be a goal kick for Selwyn United. As Coastal Spirit grow ever frustrated. Of course, certainly not all over after today's game. One more game to go for everybody except Kashmir Technical. And I believe Green Island. No score update from down there, unfortunately. As Moutinhari picks the ball up, thinks he's been fouled. Not sure about that. Potentially could have helped it up the line. Sam Richards looks to throw that ball long, but just finds Booth. Arnott makes first contact. Arnott finds himself facing forward here. Coastal Spirit, look at that work. Numbers finding themselves back. Excellent from Coastal Spirit there, and that'll be a yellow card for young Isaac Topham. Wasn't a nice challenge. Gives Coastal Spirit another opportunity to deliver balls forward. Really impressed with Coastal Spirit in the 85th minute there. The desire to get back in. Reed looks long and doesn't completely clears the back line. And out for a Selwyn United goal kick. Barima again clears but doesn't quite get out their third. Won by McGar. Seems to be a magnet on McGar's head at the minute. Booth picks up the second pieces again. Gets the Selwyn United a throw in. Still 3-2 to Selwyn United here at English Park. Thank you, Gavin Searle. It's currently 1-0 to Green Island at half-time down in Dunedin. 5-0 to Kashmir Technical as they enter the 84th minute there. And 3-2 to Selwyn United here at English Park. As Coastal look to break. Huan Chang looks to get in here. And ball just gets away from him. Never really got an opportunity to get that ball under control. Ball goes line for Moutinhari, who looks to find Eid in behind. Don't think that was a bad delivery from Moutinhari. I think he needs a little bit of help from that top two. They're getting to rest at the top while the rest are putting in a huge amount of work. Coastal have the opportunity here to deliver again. McGar and Chang in there. Cotter finds himself on the ball. Hung delivery. Collected by Barima. Not sure what Selwyn United are asking for there. Completely fair challenge. Barima looks to have made contact with the post. And I'm sure he'll look to eat up some time here. As Selwyn United's physio comes to show some of that magic water, I'm sure. A little bit of tactical advice. I'm not sure what tactical advice is going on now for Selwyn United players, but there is some. Other thing to mention here that I didn't mention before and completely forgot. I was too excited with the prospect of National League qualification. This is indeed a Hurley Shield challenge. Coastal Spirit currently hold the Hurley Shield. Selwyn United would take the Hurley Shield off them here at English Park and would obviously hold that until next season, I believe. Fantastic season for Selwyn United, who have been bottom 2 team throughout, looking to finish in the top half of the Southern League, potentially go away with the Hurley Shield, an English Cup semi-final. Ball thrown in by Coastal again. Thrown in by Spain. No contact made by anybody. Caridas will look to relieve some pressure, and Arnott will look to get in front. And ball blown right back into where it's just come from. Crazy wind. Pennyquick finds himself on the ball and looks to drive. It's Topham. Potentially a break there if he'd have looked to play inside young Isaac Topham. Ball thrown in. Sorry, I didn't see how long was added on. I do apologise. Won by Booth into Topham. Forwards into Booth. Caridas looks to use all his experience. Weston does well there. Ball thrown in by Spain into Hogan. He finds Cotter on that right hand side. Back to Spain. Similar area to where he caused real issues in the first half with his deliveries. Ball played in. Coburn and Peter Pataka Barima claims well just outside his 6-yard box. Looks to play a long ball into Eade, who wins the first contact. Who looks for Arnott, who finds himself in on goal. Arnott 1v1 versus Reed. And scores. Scores for Selwyn United. Classic counter-attack goal. Joe Arnott with his second of the game puts Selwyn 4-2 up, and surely going home with the Hurley Shield at the end of the season. Puts them into a commanding position in the National League qualification. And potentially puts a nail in the coffin of Coastal Spirits, but not quite. Coastal Spirit have a game versus Green Island next week, which will become a must-win. Selwyn United will be playing Nelson Suburbs away, which again will be a must-win, but it'll be in Selwyn United's hands as to whether they can qualify. Ball from Spain into Cotter, and that's a free kick. I'm sure Coastal Spirit will throw everyone forward here. Harry Reid fancies himself. Sam Richards looking to deliver here. So many bodies in that Selwyn United 18-yard box as they get deeper and deeper. Ball delivered by Richards out towards the back post and held by Barima, who will throw into Eade. Finds him excellently. And here goes Dan Eade. Again, I must already commend Coastal Spirit's work right there to get back in it. It'd have been easy for Coastal Spirit not to get numbers back like they did then. Huge credit for that. As Harry looks to get the game started for Coastal Spirit. Topham picks that ball out. Does win the ball, but also does Pennington, and he comes away with it. Pennington looks to go direct. Finds McGar. Picks that ball up and into the side netting. It's been a little bit like that for Coastal Spirit. Like, I do think they've been more than competitive today, and they've matched Selwyn United and had a lot of possession, just not falling their way. Ball long by Barima. Almost to the halfway line there. Coburn deals with the long throw. And another throw, Pennington to throw in. Ball goes out for a goal kick. "96 minutes here. Huge amount of added on time. Ball again direct towards Arnott. Spain does well to win. Booth there again. Finds Topham. Looks to go in beyond. That's a throw into Coastal Spirit, just on the edge of their middle third. They throw back into Hare Reid. Goes direct. Won again by Coburn. Commanding header that comes straight back at him. Booth wins the ball. That looks to be a foul on left back Pennyquick by Coastal Spirit's Jordan Spain, and it is. Craig Duff goes to his pocket. Oh no, sorry, not Spain. Salinas, apologies. And Selwyn United just look to eat up as much time as they possibly can here. For those of you that are interested, Kashmir Technical has finished 5-0 winners over South City Royals and will be the inaugural New Zealand Football Southern League champions. Well done to them, fully deserved. And good luck in the National League. As Pennyquick looks to take, finds Caridas, looks to play into the corner, and Joe Arnott once again offside. And Harried will look to play direct as Craig Duff looks to be struggling a little bit, carrying a knock. I'm sure he's done some yards today, Mr. Duff. Ball goes direct, and that is full time here at English. Is it not? No? I thought it was full time. My apologies. Ball goes direct. Won by Allett. Won by Salinas. Been quiet second half, Salinas. Richards drives in, finds Weston, finds Butler against friend and housemate Pritchard, beats him on the outside, looks to cut back, Salinas in the area, and that'll be a goal kick to Selwyn United as we come up to 99 minutes here at English Park. Huge amount of added on time. I've just been told that it's 1-1 now down in Dunedin. Green Island 1, Christchurch United 1. And that is it here at English Park. Coastal Spirit 2, Selwyn United 4. Huge win for the Stallions as they look to carry on towards their National League ambitions and go home with the Hurley Shield the first time in their club's history, short history, of claiming the Hurley Shield. Thank you very much for tuning in, and I'll see you next time.